report was released at 2 p.m. and was 77 pages long. It coincides with a meeting that's going on right now, a private meeting here in Uvalde, where it's being presented to the victims' families by state officials. Here outside Robb Elementary, where there's a large memorial still, people continue to come here 54 days after the massacre. As for the contents of this long-awaited report, we've only been able to browse through it since it's just been released, but as you might expect, it lays out jaw-dropping systematic failures and extremely poor decisions by experienced law enforcement officers. But by far the most damning piece of information is one of the conclusions which stated in the report. It says, quote, "It is plausible that some of the victims could have survived if they had not had to wait 73 additional minutes for rescue," end quote. It also says that most of those who died were killed in the very first barrage of rifle fire. This report that was released today by a Texas House committee is the most detailed to date of the May 24th school shooting here in Uvalde at Robb Elementary School. It breaks down the failures into three categories, really. The family of the shooter being unable to recognize warning signs of his behavior and his desire to get guns and acquire an arsenal. A school district that didn't stick to its active shooter protection plan and did not keep doors locked and follow through on school plans. And also local police that didn't adhere to their active shooter training, which mandates immediate confrontation with the shooter by any and all officers at the scene. We learned today that a total of 376 officers were here at the scene that day. The report criticized the lack of urgency to take down the gunman. Most of those officers were state and federal, which suggests far more accountability than just Uvalde ISD Police Chief Pete Arredondo, who has been vilified for his lack of action. Border Patrol agents eventually breached the classroom and killed the gunman 77 minutes after it began. The other responders, it says in the report, quote, "could have helped to address the unfolding chaos," unquote. Now, we will have much more on this report and reaction from the victims' families coming up on CBS 11, both at 5:30 and 10 p.m. tonight. For now, J.D. Miles reporting live in Uvalde.